Welcome back to Retro Read Along. Today we are reading Bumper Tubbs, The Sunrise, written and illustrated by David McPhail. The Sunrise. Bumper Tubbs lived in a little cottage near the ocean. In front of the cottage is a small yard, and around the yard is a white picket fence with roses climbing all over it. Beside Bumper's cottage is another cottage. This is where Bumper's neighbor, an old goat named Hornsby, lives. One day, Hornsby saw Bumper sitting in his yard drinking lemonade.
"Did you see the sunrise this morning?"
asked Hornsby. "What time did it rise?" asked Bumper.
5 o'clock,
said Hornsby. "Then I didn't see it," Bumper answered. "At 5 o'clock, I was sleeping." Bumper had never seen a sunrise. "I'll get up early tomorrow and watch it," he decided that night as he was getting ready for bed. He set his alarm for 4:45 and fell asleep. When the alarm went off, Bumper was too tired to even open his eyes. He knocked the alarm out the window with his tail and went back to sleep. "This will never do," said Bumper when he finally got up at 10 o'clock. "I must try harder to get up and watch the sunrise." That night, Bumper placed a mousetrap on top of the clock. The next morning, when the alarm went off, Bumper swatted at it, and the mousetrap snapped shut on his tail. "Yow!" screamed Bumper as he jumped out of bed and pulled the mousetrap off. Holding a bag of ice cubes on his swollen tail, Bumper went outside to wait for the sunrise. He waited a long time. Finally, his neighbor, Hornsby, called over.
"Why are you sitting out there in the rain?"
"I'm waiting for the sunrise," mumbled Bumper.
"You can't see the sunrise in the rain,"
laughed Hornsby. "What peculiar habits the sun has," thought Bumper. That night, Bumper called the weather forecaster to find out if it was going to rain the next day. "Not a drop," promised the weather forecaster. But Bumper was not about to have his tail caught in a mousetrap again, so he decided to stay up all night. That way, when the sun rose, Bumper would be sure to see it because he'd still be awake. He took his flashlight and a book and went outside to wait for the sunrise. Bumper tried to read, but every time he turned on the flashlight, so many bugs swarmed around him that he couldn't see. "I'll count stars instead," decided Bumper. But counting stars made him sleepy. Then Bumper had a good idea. He carried his bed outside and climbed in between the covers. "Now, as soon as the sunrise is over, I can go to sleep." The next thing Bumper knew, his neighbor, Hornsby, was shaking him and shouting,
"Wake up!"
"Did I miss it?" asked Bumper. "Did I miss the sunrise?"
"By about 4 hours," said Hornsby. "But don't worry, I have a present for you."
"A present? For me?" said Bumper as he unwrapped it. "I wonder what it is."
"It's a picture of a sunrise," said Hornsby. "It might be the only way you'll ever get to see one."
Bumper hung the picture on the wall beside his bed, and every morning when he woke up, the first thing he saw was a beautiful sunrise. Thank y'all for stopping by the channel. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Sure would mean a lot.